What's up? I'm Kara Ray. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss any content from me. And if you are returning, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. So today for you guys, I have filmed a simple get ready with me everyday makeup look featuring some of my favorite products. So if you are interested to see how I achieved this look that I currently have right now, then please make sure you keep on watching. Alright, so I have already done my eyebrows off camera just because that usually takes a little bit of time, and I didn't want to prolong the process any longer than I have to. So that's already been done. Now the next step I'm going to be doing is applying my primer. I like to use the Too Faced Hangover Primer. It's so far been one of my favorites. I've only had this one and I think a Tarte, and I also tried the Hourglass one too. So I have tried a few primers, but I think I like this one the most because it is super moisturizing and hydrating for the skin, and especially getting into the colder months, this is going to be perfect when you are trying to keep your skin hydrated underneath your makeup. When I start my facial process, I'm going to start with my eyes. So I'm not going to do too much. I'm really just doing a little bit in the crease. And this is kind of very similar to my brown smoky eye tutorial. That's one of my go-to makeup looks that I use all the time. But I'm really just going to define the crease, and that's literally it. So I'm using my favorite MAC crease. This is my favorite crease color. It's the MAC Soft Brown. And as you can see, I've definitely hit pan, so I probably should be repurchasing. But I'm literally just applying this to my crease area just to kind of create some definition, but since this is an everyday look, I'm not trying to be too dramatic. I might go in and use a little bit of my Milani bronzer in my crease as well with a fluffy blending brush. This is the Morphe M441 brush, just to kind of warm up that crease a little bit more. But since this is a daytime look, you don't want to do too much, so either bronzer or just my Soft Brown by MAC will literally do the trick. I'm going to go in with my foundation. For this makeup look, I'm using my NARS Velvet Matte Skin Tint, and the color I have is Annapurna, so it's medium 2. I like using light coverage makeup when I'm doing an everyday look. This is definitely one of my favorites. So I'm not taking much on the back of my hand. It's about this much that I use for my entire face. And I also like to add my Cover FX Custom Infusion Drops. It's C plus lemongrass, and it's supposed to be the Radiant Oil. I've done a review for this oil in my favorites video, and I really like it. It just hydrates my face. It gives me a nice glow, and I don't know, my makeup just applies so much better when I use it. So I kind of have just incorporated it into my makeup routine quite often. But you just need a few drops, and that does the trick. So now I'm just going to blend on my foundation using my beauty blender. It's a little dirty, so please ignore that. Alright, so now that my foundation has been applied, I am going to go ahead and conceal. So I don't want to do too much concealing, just because this is supposed to be like an everyday look. You're supposed to look natural, not full face makeup. But I'm going to be using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and the color is medium 1 Biscuit. So this is what I like to use. It's not super... It's like closer to my skin tone, so it's not what I would use for like a brightening effect. It's just kind of slightly brightening, kind of covering dark circles or bags, if you will, and that aspect. But I have something for the brightening, so let's apply this and we'll get into what I use for actual brightening. And also blending this out with my beauty blender. Alright, so now my concealer is all blended out. As you can see, it's nothing extremely brightening. It just is to conceal, like I mentioned already. But if you want a natural, radiant, brightening effect, I have something for you, ladies. What I am using for brightening is the YSL Radiant Touch, and it comes in this gorgeous, luxurious gold packaging, and the color I have it is Luminous Peach, so it's the number 3. And what it basically is kind of like a highlighter, but it's supposed to be really natural. It's supposed to give you a natural, radiant look. It's not supposed to give you this heavy under eye, like, you know how sometimes you see girls and they have that white cast under their eyes and it's super heavy and it just looks all the way wrong. This is supposed to blend out flawlessly and give you a brighter under eye, a more youthful look, and it's supposed to just look really, really natural. I have been using this for the past 2 weeks, and when I tell you guys that I have been reaching for this every time for every makeup look. So for a normal makeup look, for a night makeup look, for any makeup look, I am literally reaching for this to give me a natural, youthful, highlighted look. So I put it on top of my concealer, so you already saw me apply my NARS concealer, and now I'm going to go in with this, and this is just going to brighten up the under eye without being too like heavy and cakey. So it has like a pump applicator. You just press the bottom pump a couple of times and you put the product where you would like it to go. I'm going to be using it under my eyes and on the bridge of my nose. And also on my Cupid's bow. And a little on my chin. A little bit goes a long way, so don't overuse the product. Make sure you are keeping, because it's a little expensive, it's a little on the pricey side, but it's definitely worth it. So make sure you are using it sparingly, because it will just prolong the longevity of your product. And I like using the Beauty Blender to blend it out just because I like the sheerness that the Beauty Blender gives product when you're blending it out. But you could also use a brush if you want more of a full coverage kind of effect. Now we're going to do some contouring. I am going to set my highlight, but I contour before I set it, if that makes sense. That's just the steps that I take. So first I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte powder, and the color I use is Classic Tan, and I'm just going to use a big fluffy powder brush to kind of warm up my face. So of course you're going to use it in your on your cheekbones. I put it on the temples. Basically everywhere you are going to contour, this is where I use this. And I also go along my jawline with it. And that's it for that step. And then to actually contour, I like to use my Studio Fix powder by MAC, and the color I have is NW48. I've used this for probably like a good 2 to 3 years now, and I'm just using it with an angle brush. This is the Morphe 405. I don't know, I just really like the color it has. It's very warm, it's very rich, and it does the job. And it's easy. Remember, this is an everyday makeup look, so you're not trying to go for complicated, you're trying to go for easy. So easy is this. And yeah, I'm not much for a cream contour. It's just a kind of a hassle, so I like to use powders. They stay better and they're just easier for me to use, so I think that's why I go for them. But I'm just blending everything out now just to make it look smoother. And now I'm going to go in and set my under eye concealer and highlight with my favorite right now, which is the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. And yeah, I started using this probably a year ago. I was using the Ben Nye Banana Powder, so I tried this, and I don't really know if it's that much better or if, I don't know what it is. I just really love the consistency of this product. I feel like there's never any flashback. It definitely holds everything where it's supposed to be, and I just really like it. And when I'm sweeping away my setting powder, I like to use circular motions with a foundation brush, just because any excess will help set the rest of my face. So I just kind of like to swirl it around everywhere to help blend in the products. We don't want any harsh lines. Remember, this is like an everyday look. So on my everyday looks, I like to go for extremely natural. I don't want it to seem like I have too much foundation on or too much product on, period. So a lot of blending. Okay, so now that everything is blended in, I'm going to go ahead and do my highlight and blush. So for every day, my go-to blush is the Milani Baked Powder Blush, and the color is Luminoso. This is like my all-time favorite when it comes to an everyday kind of light color. It's a peachy goldy, it's just really pretty. So I use this on the apples of my cheeks. It's a very light wash of color, but it is going to help brighten up your face. And then for my highlight, I love this highlight for my everyday look. It's the Laura Geller, and the color is Gilded Honey. It's the Baked Illuminator. So this is my favorite for every day. I just feel like it's really light. It doesn't look super heavy. It does the job, but it's not going to be like too much. So I'm just using my Morphe M100 brush to apply this to my cheekbones. And I'm going to apply it to my temples as well. Down the bridge of my nose. And on the tip of my nose. A little on my Cupid's bow, just a little. I don't want to be too shiny. And I also like to use this on my brow bone. So I'm taking a smaller brush. This is the M562. It's like a fluffy blender, but it's a lot smaller, so you can get into like small spaces with ease. I'm going to use this on my brow bones, of course. And I also like to put this on the tear ducts, just to kind of open up the eye a little bit. Before I apply my mascara and my eyeliner, I like to set my face. For every day, I use the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. This is my favorite. It does add a little bit of a glowy, dewy kind of look to your skin, which is perfect for an everyday look, because if you have a matte face, it's clear that you have on makeup. So I'm going to use a little bit of this just to set. And it smells amazing too. I love this stuff. And the mascara that I'm going to be using is the Benefits They're Real. This is a sample size because I did just come back from vacation, so I got a smaller size to take with me. But I love this stuff. It really does elongate your lashes. The brush, I feel like, is the key. It just grabs every lash and it just makes them super long, your lashes look like they have a whole bunch of volume. It's just perfect, especially if you're trying to go without your lashes. This is perfect for that look. Now I'm going to finish off the look with my lips, of course. I'm going to be doing something very nudie, very understated, just kind of basic. So what I'm using is, for my lip liner, is the MAC lip pencil, and the color is Stripped Down. I'm just going to be kind of lining my lips with this. Now for the finishing touch for my lips, I'm going to be going in with the Grande Lips Hydrating Lip Plumper. I love this stuff. I've been using it for probably a good 2 to 3 weeks now, and I just love the way lip plumpers feel. I don't necessarily use them for the effect of the lip plumping. I just use it because I love that tingling sensation that you get when you use them. It just seems to, I don't know. This one definitely keeps my lips hydrated. And yeah, so, and it gives them like a nice like natural flush of color as well. It is just a clear gloss, but it'll definitely plump your lips and you'll have like a nice healthy flush of color as well. So you just twist the bottom here and the product comes out of the applicator, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply that, and that's it. So if you guys notice, I didn't really do much, but this is what I do on my everyday sort of running errands, work, anything. This is my everyday go-to makeup look. If you guys liked this video and you want to see more Get Ready With Me videos, then make sure you let me know down below. Leave me a comment, give this video a thumbs up. That's how I know what to film next for you guys. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure if you are new to my channel, you hit that subscribe button just so you don't miss any more videos from me. Also, click the bell. That's how you'll be notified when I upload my new content. And until my next video, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you later. Bye.